What's the future of the Democrat Party short and long term here? I mean, I'm sure that tonight's Kamala's speech will tell us a lot, but tell me, help me understand that.
I actually don't think her speech will say much because I don't think people are going to look to her for leadership. Their problem is that, as I said, the only way to begin to solve a problem is to agree on what the problem is and then to work together to say, what are the best solutions to this problem? Bernie will say, and AOC will say, the party wasn't left enough and populist enough on economics. And others will say, we're crazy left wing on all this trans stuff and parents in schools and Israel. We got to move to the center on that stuff. Or we need more relatable candidates. Whatever it is, there's no agreement. And when you see a party suffer the crisis that they suffered last night, and don't minimize it, not just Trump winning the Electoral College big, winning the popular vote big, but his encroachment on what have been traditionally Democratic constituencies. You need a once-in-a-generation leader to step forward and do that. And people say, well, you never know when one's going to come up. Bill Clinton and Barack Obama were tagged as once-in-a-generational leaders from the time they were in college, okay? There's no one like that now. And I think, with all due respect to the people who were talked about as potential 2024 candidates or 28 candidates, I don't think any of them are once-in-a-generational leaders. I just don't. And as I said, that. It's not something you get when you're 40s or 50s. You're tagged for it early. So their future is partly a crisis of issues and the fact that the party is controlled by the extreme left. It's also a crisis of leadership because I don't see a once-in-a-generational leader. And it's also a crisis of a disagreement about what is the problem and therefore what is the solution. That doesn't mean they're consigned to 50 years of doom. It just means standing here today, you can't identify, here's the consensus of the problem, here are the leaders who are going to execute a solution that we agree on. None of that's in place, and that means they got a problem, and they're running against the person who I continue to say is the second best presidential candidate or presidential political operator of our times after Bill Clinton.
Mark, thank you so much. Can you please plug Two-Way one more time, just for our audience to make sure they're aware of it? Sure.
You're very nice. It's you can see it on YouTube, Two-Way TV. You can see it on my X account. You can see it on our website, which is twoway.tv. And they're programs that are free. You come on, you part of a community that's bipartisan. People who are very conservative, people who are very liberal, and interact with people who are journalists and scholars and activists and politicians. Byron Donald's on tonight. And it's a way to build community around long, sophisticated conversations about issues that are important to the country.
Thank you, Mark. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. You're nice to invite me back. And congratulations again. Really impressive achievement for a bunch of amateur hacks.
Thank you. As Politico said the day of the election, they let the inmates run the asylum. Direct quote from Politico.
But the punk inmates, not even like mature, like
no, that's right. I know. I don't even wear a tie. Thank you, Mark.